Hello, my beautiful soul family, and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. We're starting off with a little golden singing bell here. This charges up the crystals, it charges up the cards, it charges up me, and it charges up you. And today we are so very blessed to have the confidence pyramid in our background. That pyramid is all about confidence and the throat chakra. There's a lot of blue crystals in that one. And it is surrounded by a whole bunch of these clear quartz points to send the energy in all directions. Now, if you're new to our Pick a Stack Wednesday, this is what we do here. Your job is to think of an idea, an issue, or a question. It can pertain to your life, a loved one's life, your family, your community, the whole world. And then you choose a stack. But now we hide the stacks under these boxes. So this is stack number 1, stack number 2, stack number 3. And the reason we're hiding them under the boxes is because we're trying to help everybody with their intuition. So it used to be you would look at the crystal and decide which crystal resonated with you. Well, you can't see the crystal anymore. So now you get to use your intuition. Lucky you. This is a good thing. This is helping you develop your right brain or your intuitive side. So, let's get started. If you chose stack number 1, dun dun dun, your crystal is deep blue aura quartz. Look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Now we've got the throat chakra pyramid here, all about confidence. And now here we have deep blue. So this is, blue is going to be kind of our theme for stack number 1, it seems like. And basically this is clear quartz that's electroplated and colored with a deep blue color. But it helps you with restlessness and discontentment, which does seem to be running rampant these days. So this is a good stone for that. It can help you with self-expression. Again, it's throat chakra, so creativity, communication, but also personal relationships and work relationships. This also helps your intuitive side or your clairvoyance and help with your healing powers. And also physically, it might aid in the absorption of vitamins and minerals and help the functioning of enzymes in your body. So it can also help with kidneys, pancreas, liver, and spleen. And people ask me, well, how can it do that? Because of its frequency. Because of its frequency. Everything is frequency. Everything is energy, and everything has a frequency. That's why stones can be helpful for us, because they emit a frequency that can be beneficial to our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, or our spiritual body. So this is your stone for stack number 1. Your first card is from the Angel Tarot deck, and it is the Moon card. This is Major Arcana. Card number 18. And it's interesting because, you know, in most decks, you've got like a dog and a wolf. Actually you do. Okay, so here's the wolf. But in most decks, they're chained. They're not chained in this deck. So that's very interesting. But it's like, here's the wild side and here's the domesticated side. And you know, there's that saying of which wolf will you feed? You know, the white wolf or the black wolf, the light side or the dark side. This is all about, you know, intuition, because what happens when the moon is in its different phases, and we just had a full moon. We're literally just out of the full moon. It was a full worm moon. And if you resonate with the moon, You may feel more powerful when the moon is full. Some people feel more powerful when it's a new moon. But we need to remember that we're about 70% water, and the moon affects the water on planet Earth. So because we're so filled with water, the moon does affect us, whether you believe it or not. Just ask any EMT, anybody who works in a hospital or a clinic or a police officer or a firefighter. They'll tell you when the moon is full, they're a lot busier at work. So this is the moon card. And then this card is from the Tarot of Dreams. And I can't make this up. You get the moon card. So the odds of getting the same card in two different decks, one card out of 78 and one card out of 78. This is our spirit guides really, really, really trying to hammer home this idea. Here you got the domesticated dog, you've got the wolf, you got the moon. This is all about going inside yourself and doing shadow work. Think about all the movies out there. Whenever there's a full moon, there's usually like, something's howling. There's a werewolf or a vampire or, some deep, dark secret going on. But there's something dark, and it has to do with the shadow side. So this is like our spirit guides are hammering home. Have you done the shadow work? In other words, all that stuff that you pushed way, way, way deep down inside yourself, have you dealt with it, or did you just push it down? Because I don't know about you, but this past year, things from the past come up. And it's just like out of the blue, a person will show up or a thought will come up that I haven't thought of in years. And it's like my higher self going, hey, does this bother you? Or, hey, have you dealt with this yet? So here, our spirit guides are hammering home this idea of, have we done the shadow work? It is time. Let that stuff go. Okay? Let it go. And your oracle card is from the Lightworker Oracle deck, and it is Master Healing. Wow, that goes right along with those two moon cards. And, here you've got the solar system out here, and I'm sure there's a moon in there somewhere. So let's see. Can we do this? There we go. Let's see what the book says. Oh, and this is card number 33, which is a master number. Threes are all about ascended masters. So it says, as you meditate, remain true to what inspires your heart and commit to your spiritual path. You become an increasingly powerful healer. You are here to live your own life, to be true to what genuinely moves you. The unconditionally loving guide and ascended master, Serapis Bey, comes to you now with a blessing of master healing to further your success on your path. Excuse me. So the Master Serapis Bey is a beloved guide for those who feel a strong soul connection to ancient Egypt, for healers who are developing their own modalities, and those who love to work with high-frequency concepts. He also assists with the translation of spiritual inspiration into practical worldly plans. He comes to confirm that the Ascended Masters are aware of you. You are an integral part of a powerful spiritual team that has taken physical incarnation to help awaken consciousness into love. You are asked to tune into your heart. What do you love enough to overcome any obstacle to attain it? What motivates and inspires you? Not what seems possible or practical, but what is authentic. We are most powerful when we serve authentically from the heart. A bird might learn how to dive underwater from time to time, but it is never going to be at its most powerful if it has to live underwater. That's a really cool analogy. It would struggle to thrive if it were to force itself into such unnatural expressions of its life energy. The bird yearns to fly because that is its divine nature and purpose. You too have divine nature and purpose, and your heart holds the clue. What feels most like you? And I think this is very important these days because we're all in a mode of changing. I have talked to so many people about, they feel like they're going to move. They feel like they're going to shift jobs or careers or relationships. The same old things don't bring them the same joy that they used to. And we're in this state of flux, this transitional period where it's kind of like when you graduate high school and you have all this, like the world is your oyster kind of feeling, but you don't know where you're going to go. You don't know what you're going to do. And I feel like a lot of us are in that mode right now. So just sit back and relax. Enjoy the show. Do your shadow work. Okay? Not just once, but twice. Do your shadow work and ask your spirit guides for help. There is nothing wrong with asking your spirit guides for help. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten down on my hands and knees because I'm crying and I'm talking to my spirit guides and I'm saying, help me deal with this, whatever this thing is. And, within a couple days, it's like, boom, I've dealt with it and it's gone. And I feel so much lighter. So it is okay to ask for help. All right. And the cool thing about asking your spirit guides for help is they don't gossip. They don't go around and tell everybody your deep, dark secrets. So working with them, very beneficial. You can also work with, other 3D humans if that's what makes you feel good. Just make sure that you work with people that you can trust and that you resonate with. Okay? All right. Let me grab some water here. That was stack number 1. If you chose stack number 2, dun, 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 your stone is called terahertz. This is not hematite. This is terahertz. It's a lot lighter than hematite. So terahertz can enhance your mental power. It has energy to help you overcome difficulties and improve yourself. You can use this when you need tolerance for a situation or the strength to continue on. We should be spreading this stuff everywhere. It's also good for people who have a lot of responsibility and stress, such as business owners or maybe like a personal care person, somebody who feels a lot of stress, somebody who's in charge of a lot of people or a lot of projects. This is really good for that. So in stack number 1, I was talking about how we're made up of about 70% water and how the moon affects us. Well, the cool thing about this stone is this resonates with the frequency of the hydrogen bonding network of water. So apparently there's a theme today, water. Look at the one that my spirit guides chose. It is a water droplet. Look at this shape. How cool is that? So this is your stone for today, if you chose stack number 2. And your first card is from the Angel Tarot deck. And it's the Knight of Water. Oh my gosh, we definitely have a theme here. The Knight of Water. The Knight is on a mission, and water is all about emotions. So look at this guy. Look at him. He's riding like a dolphin. How cool is that? So, and there's a bunch of other dolphins down here. So this is that emotional, it says romantic, emotional romantic knight. The knight, this is not the slow knight and it's not the fast knight, but it's the emotional knight. So this is somebody coming in. It doesn't have to be male or female. It doesn't, the gender isn't, it's not gender specific. But this is somebody coming into you, and it's going to be a very emotional event. It could be an emotional event coming up in your life. Like maybe there's a wedding coming up in your life. Maybe not yours, maybe it's somebody that you care about. But there's definitely something here with happiness and joy coming to you. If it's a new love, yay you. To me, like this is an awesome night. If you're a romantic type of person, if your heart is open, this has to do with the heart being open. Okay, if your heart is closed and you have a romantic night coming towards you, you're not gonna mesh. So you got to make sure your heart is open. Okay. Your second card is from the Tarot of Dreams, and we have the Three of Coins. The Three of Coins, this is also the Three of Pentacles or the Three of Earth. And this is all about, like, we are creators. I've gotten this card so many times in the last couple months. It's amazing. But this is all about us being creators and mastering our craft. Because if you look at, he did this one, then he did this one, and now he did this one. And they're all just like perfectly the same. So he's got it down. He knows what he's doing. And it's not like he's assembly lining these, because this is definitely not something you assembly line. It's like he's making little universes. You make your universe and you've mastered it. So this Knight of Water that's coming in, since we're creators, we can create that relationship. We have the power. We've been doing this our whole lives. We've been creating the relationships that we feel we deserve. So instead of just going along with whatever the old way of doing things, which for most of us, and I do mean most, there's been a lack of self-worth, self-esteem, self-love. But now we're more self-aware, and we can create that relationship that is that perfect. Not the Disney perfect, that's not real, but the real relationship where we have a partnership. So this is all about you creating your world, your universe, and this perfect relationship. And if you're already in a relationship, well, maybe you can be doing something with your partner to make it even better. Okay, let's see what your oracle card says from the Lightworker Oracle. And it's card number 25, Merkaba, Spiritual Protection. And what's interesting is you've got a relationship here. Since the face is similar, I would say this is her higher self, but this is a relationship. And we were just talking about relationships. All right, card number 25, that's a 7, which means you're on the right path. Okay, so being open to receive is a way to gain empowerment, strength, and all manner of assistance. To enhance receptivity, it can be helpful to declutter and cleanse your energy field. This allows for that which is not rightfully yours to be shed. And we need to be cutting cords and cleaning house, and I mean energetically, often, because we drag stuff home, whether it's our home where we live or our home in our energy body, that isn't necessarily ours. Whether it's just communicating with somebody, hugging them, whatever it is, you drag their energy around with you. So we need to be doing that house cleaning. Sometimes this includes the disowned thoughts and feelings of others. When you release these thoughts and feelings, a spaciousness will grow within you. then you can receive more of what is rightfully meant to be for you, your divine good in all ways. So an open, sensitive person can easily become energetically overloaded. And, empaths, for all you empaths out there, you know exactly what we're talking about here. I physically feel other people's issues, and I also feel their emotional issues. And I gotta tell you, some days it's like I can't handle one more person. And I know there's a whole bunch of you out there that feel the same way. We feel like we're going crazy because when you're feeling everybody else's emotions, it's really confusing because you're like, why am I feeling sad when I'm not sad today? Why am I feeling a sense of loss or grief when I haven't lost anyone? Why am I feeling physical pain in an area of my body that doesn't normally hurt? And you have to get to a point where you recognize this is not mine and send it back. So overload does not feel good. You may even feel like you're carrying others on your back or in your head. The added weight can drag your naturally light vibration down into anguish, doubt, fear, or despair. Your inner vision, too, may be obscured by the overload. That can make it hard to discern what is yours and what belongs to another. Again, it is okay to ask for help. So if you are an empath and you are feeling other people's physical issues or their emotional issues, and you can't get it away yourself, then ask somebody for help. So this is all about creating your own universe. And part of that is that house cleaning that we need to do. So whether it's physical or metaphysical, spiritual, emotional, mental, we need to do some house cleaning and be able to discern what's yours and what's not yours. And if it's not yours, then let it pass you by. You do not need to carry everybody else's baggage or anybody else's baggage. All right, that was stack number 2. Let's do stack number 3. And if you chose stack number 3, your stone is the gorgeous, oh my gosh, this is not going to do it justice. This is rhodochrosite. It is like this yummy pink candy. It just feels really good to hold this. It's just yummy is the word that comes to my mind. This is a stone that integrates physical and spiritual energies, stimulating love and passion while energizing the soul. It can help to open your heart, lift depression, and encourage a positive and cheerful outlook. It can also help to improve self-worth and soothe emotional stress. According to legend, these pink gems formed from the blood of kings and queens. Ruled by the planet Venus, the rhodochrosite crystal meaning comes from its healing pink hue, the color of love, compassion, deeper emotional connection, and openness to love without judgment or expectations. So this is fabulous rhodochrosite. This has been hard for me to get a hold of, and I got some, and I'm so excited. All right, your first card is from the Angel Tarot deck, and it is the 7 of Fire. Love that. She's riding this beautiful rainbow dragon. And 7 is, you're on the right path. Fire is also wands. Yeah, it says choose your battles wisely. You know, in this day and age, so many people are so ready to just argue and fight. You know, if you're in a situation, the best thing you can do is just take a deep breath with your mouth shut. Okay, like not speaking. I mean, you can breathe, but think about how you want to react before you actually do react. Because we also have the 6 of Swords. Oh, that's not menacing looking. So if you chose stack number 3, choosing your battles wisely is a really good way to look at this. You're ready for battle, but does that mean you have to go into battle? No. You can be protecting yourself, but don't go looking for a fight. Don't go starting fights, and don't participate in an argument or fight if you don't need to, because what happens when you do that is you lower your frequency. That is not why we are here. We are here to raise the frequency. And when we participate in these battles, we actually lower not just our frequency, but other people's frequencies around us. Okay? I think about when the last time I was at Menards. It was a horrible experience. I just wanted to get some supplies for something I was building, and it was just this awful experience. There were people arguing about the whole mask thing, and the lady that worked there was yelling, and I just wanted to just say, you know what? Forget it. I'm out of here. But I was in the checkout. He was halfway through, running my stuff, and I just wanted to literally run out of that store. And it wasn't because I was participating in it. I was an observer. So my whole point on this is when you have an argument like that, you are influencing not just yourself, not just the other person, but everybody around you. And I think that poor guy that was, the poor kid that was scanning all my building supplies, he had to put up with that too. And so did the other people that were around us. So think before you act, think before you react. Is this for everybody's highest and greatest good, this argument or this fight? Because if it's not, then let it go. Now, if you are fighting to defend somebody, like, somebody's being hurt, that's a different story. You can run in and be the superhero. But if you're just fighting and arguing because whatever reason, which doesn't seem reasonable, I'm not really sure how to word that. Think before you act and react. Okay? Let's raise the frequency of the planet, not lower it. All right, your oracle card from the Lightworker Oracle deck. Look at this. Orbs of light. We were just talking about raising the frequency, and here this being has basically a sun, and it's coming right from their chest. Like, we are the light. We are the light. And it's card number 40, which is a 4. It's a very good foundation. Orbs of light. The spiritual worlds are delivering a message to you. You may have already heard it through telepathic reception and mistaken it for your own thoughts. Yet it is inspired by your higher guidance, those spiritual beings that love you without condition. It is an answer to a question and guidance to increase your happiness. It is possible to pray without realizing it. The universe is lovingly listening to every thought and feeling in your heart and mind. When you intentionally speak to the universe and ask your higher guidance to help you with an issue, this is a powerful way to call the light into your life. It works, and often quite rapidly. However, sometimes we ask for help without being so aware of doing so. Worrying about an issue or pondering a question are ways that this can happen. There are orbs of light around you. They are spiritual beings that love you. These orbs contain information and energies that help answer questions and worries through the intelligence and love of the higher spiritual worlds. That information might come through a song, a phrase, a feeling, or a color or symbol that unlocks awareness in the deeper recesses of your mind and body. Orbs are always around us, but appear in more concentrated form, both in quantity and quality, in certain places and at certain times, including when your energy is in a particularly soft and receptive high frequency state. Orbs naturally gravitate towards higher energy. This doesn't mean you have to be on the go constantly. Higher energy can be created when you are very still by raising your frequency to a higher vibrational state. You can do this by regularly meditating on love and healing. Now, it's interesting because if you take pictures, and they can be outside or inside, and sometimes there will be orbs in the picture. We didn't necessarily see them in real time, but we saw them in the photograph. We use that a lot in paranormal investigating to show when there's presence of higher beings in the room. But a lot of times you'll see these in your family photos. It might be somebody that's on the other side, an ancestor. Or it can be angels. So it's really cool that we have physical representation of these higher beings in the form of orbs. So that is stack number 3. Let me grab my singing bell to close out. Thank you for joining us today. I love you, and I'm sending you blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things, because you are worthy and you deserve them. Namaste, my beautiful soul family.